of the cruise. Did you all see that, ladies and gentlemen? A few of you out there. Absolutely fantastic afternoon. And tonight, he's back with a completely different show. So let's please welcome back to the stage for his final show this cruise, the king-size Devo himself, all the way from the land of song, from Welsh Wales. It is, of course, Anthony Stuart Lloyd.
Statues, all the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Come on, let's see you. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. Oh, weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, I got plenty of nothing, and not plenty for me. I got no car, got no mule, got no misery. Oh, folks with plenty, got a lock on their door. Afraid somebody's going to rob 'em and is out there making more. What for? I got the lock on the door, that's the way to be. They can steal the rug from the floor, that's okay with me, 'cause the things that I prize, like the stars in the skies, all are free. Oh, I got plenty of nothing, and not plenty for me. I got my gal, got my song, got heaven the whole day long. No use complaining. Got my gal, got my Lord, got my song. Oh, I got plenty of nothing, and not plenty for me. I got the sun, got the moon, got the deep blue sea. Folks day. Seems a plenty, you sure gotta worry how to keep the devil away. Never want to strive to be good, to be bad, or to hell I ask glad I was alive. Oh, I got plenty for not him, and not plenty for me. I got my gal, got my song, got heaven the whole day long. No use complaining. Got my gal, got my Lord, got my soul. Well, good ladies, evening and gentlemen, how are you all doing? Nice to be. Are you here, Lee? Because Jeff's over here. Big round of applause for Lee. Here she comes, waltzing Matilda. Round of applause, come on, looking gorgeous as ever. Oh, hello. It's two, you get 2 for 1 here, you see, isn't that amazing? Wonderful. Now get comfortable now. Why are you so late? I told you to skip dessert. You didn't listen, did you? I don't know, never mind, but how can you refuse them? Welcome to one and all back here in the Grand Salon. Thanks to Ross for asking that question about the open air concert. You did enjoy it, yes? Ah, something different. I was so tempted to swing him at the end and swing him into the pool, but I thought I'd better not. And if anyone's got any footage, please email it to me. I wouldn't mind collecting that. I could see you with all your cameras. Wonderful. And it's been a gorgeous, beautiful morning, yes? So the song you missed earlier on was Oh, What a Beautiful Morning, from the pens of Rodgers and Hammerstein, of course, from Oklahoma. And we had a little image there of Howard Keel, who was the lead in the first ever production in London's West End back in 1947. And I've managed to get on eBay a program from the 2 or 3 years he was in it as the lead. And his name at the time then was Harold Keel. He was a Harold Keel. There's some debate over whether he was a Howard Leek and changed the L and the K. We don't know. But then, of course, the Hollywood system, they snapped him up, MGM. He was on a contract with MGM. And before he'd even sung a note in any musical, he was due to go into Annie Get Your Gun. Hedda Hopper, the gossip columnist, wrote about him. He said, Ava Gardner's new chaperone is this Howard Keel. And the studio were trying to change his name, and she came up with Howard. Better than Harold, isn't it? Apologies to any Harolds here, but maybe it's a bit too comedic. You think of Harold Lloyd, maybe, but anyway. Then we took you to the wonderful world of George Gershwin, and America's biggest export when it comes to operatic pieces, of course, the folk opera, Porgy and Bess. And there's a story about Gershwin, I would assume it's true, that he wanted to improve his compositional skills. So he meets with the Russian composer Stravinsky. Don't know why, the guy was a genius, Gershwin. And when he meets with Mr. Stravinsky says, Mr. Gershwin, how much money do you earn in a year? He gave him a big 6-figure sum. And Stravinsky thought, I think you had better teach me. So I'm dedicating that song to all of you that frequent the casino on board. Do we have any people that go there? No? Because you go in, what do you come out with? I got plenty of nothing. There we go. Well, in my first show I mentioned I'm from Wales, from Cardiff, famous for male voice choirs, and there are plenty of wonderful male voice choirs outside of Wales. And I did guest with one in just outside London, near Reading, Basingstoke. Basingstoke Male Voice Choir. Anybody from Basingstoke? No, there was nobody in the first show either from Basingstoke. And they sang this number. It's a title song from a movie. And when they sang it, this was the last item that they sang. And they single file, went off the stage through the central aisle to the back of the auditorium to this wonderful diminuendo, this softening and quietening and tapering off of the note. Beautiful. And I'll try and recreate that, but you have to imagine I'm the whole bass section of the male voice choir. It is a song made famous by a lady originally in the film, Bette Midler. And this was the title song from a film that she starred in. And it's simply called The Rose. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you the only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken that cannot learn to give. It's the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember in the winter, far beneath the bitter snow, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the Thank you. The Rose, of course, made famous by, there she is, Bette Midler. Wonderful. Cheers, Bette. L'chaim. There we go. Now, a lot of you have been asking for opera, so I put a bit more opera in earlier on by the way of George Gershwin and the open air show and the first show. Would you like some more opera? Could you be a little more unanimous in that? And thank you. Just so I know I'm facing the right way. And a bit tenuous. There's a link with a rose in the story of this next opera. It's by a French composer by the name of Georges Bizet. And Oh, it's Bizet, is it? Oh, thank you for correcting me there. They told me it's such a cultured bunch on board, you know, with Bizet. Am I saying it right now? Oh, wonderful, thank you. 10 out of 10. Oh, look at that, gold star. Bizet, of course, wrote lots of, mainly opera, Pearl Fishers, this and that, but probably one of the most famous operas in the repertoire. And it concerns a young girl who works in a cigar factory. Which opera is this? Carmen, that's the one. Carmen. And talking of cigars, some of you have noticed, I do occasionally have the odd cigar myself. In the leper colony outside Deck 7, where they throw you there. And, but thanks for your concern. I know you think he's a singer, but Pavarotti smoked a pipe, Tom Jones, cigars, and Frank Sinatra, well, if it's good enough for them. And even Franz Liszt, although he wasn't a singer, he said a good cigar closes the door on the vagaries of life. I agree with him. But don't worry, like Bill Clinton, I don't know where you've gone with this, you know. You didn't let me finish. Like Bill Clinton in his college days, I don't inhale. There we go. You've gone somewhere else, but I'm not going there. There we go. Anyway, we meet a character in this opera called Escamillo. He's the bullfighter. Now, I think I'm a little too hefty, a little too big to play the bullfighter in this opera. I've never played it on the lyric stage. Maybe one day I'll play the bull. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Anyway, the scene is set. He enters the taverna of Lilas Pastias, and she's like the girlfriend of Carmen. And there's a crowd there gathered, a bit like yourselves, but they're not looking so wonderful in all their formal attire. And there's a bit of atmosphere there, and he comes in and is describing the excitement and the atmosphere of the bull ring and the bullfight. I think if I did play the bullfighter, I don't think the bull would stand a chance, really, with me, would he? He'd be dead pretty quickly, I think. And there would be filet mignon, and silver side of beef, and kebabs, even beef burgers with the leftovers, hamburgers. Now, the interesting thing, we've had some wonderful music on board. Marius the other night, yes, on his cello, and Harry the piano. And they're giving you little hors d'oeuvres of all these classical tunes. It's interesting how these tunes work their way into the television commercials, the TV ads. The most famous would be by another French composer, Delibes. He wrote L'Acme, and within there you have a duet called Do Me Pe. This is used by British Airways, of course. They use this tune. This tune featured in a TV commercial for Sun Pat peanut butter. And it went yum, 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 yum. So I want you now to get into the spirit of this. Ladies, if you're wearing a pashmina or a shrug or a little, throw or something, you can wave that at the bull. It's a fine example of a drinking song in opera, like in Brindisi. You have Italian opera with the Brindisi. So just get carried away in the atmosphere. I want you to join in. I need a chorus for this. I want you to be my picadors, matadors. What other kind of doors do we have? Diana doors? Was she in Carmen? And on a beautiful vessel like this, we certainly need watertight doors as well. So off we go with a great tune, and raise your glasses and, raise and wave, whatever you want to do. As I said, the music is by Georges Bizet. Bizet, yes, oui, oui, oui. La plume de ma tante, oui, oui. And the lyrics are co-written by Hormel, Dewhurst, Fray Bentos, and Ronald MacDonald. Off we go with Votre Toast, otherwise known as the Toreador Song. Seigneur, Seigneur, avec les soldats. Oui, les torreras peuvent s'entendre, pour plaisir, ils ont les combats. Le cirque est plein ces jours de fête, le cirque est plein d'innovations. Les spectateurs perdent la tête, les spectateurs s'interpellent à fois apostrophe, cris et tapage, poussés jusqu'à la fureur, car c'est la fête du courage, c'est la fête des gens de cœur. Allons, en garde, allons, allons, toreador, en garde, toreador, toreador. Oui, songe en combattant, tenez-nous à Torregon, et que l'amour t'attend, toreador. L'amour t'attend, let's hear you go. Toreador, toreador. And again. La 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 la, it's the same in French. Et que l'amour t'attend, toreador. L'amour t'attend. Well done, but you can do better. You get a third and fourth bite of the cherry. Here we go. fait silence, à que se passe-t-il? Plus de cris célestins, le torricelle dans son horizon est horrible. Il s'élance, il entre et frappe, un cheval roule, entraînant un picador. À bravo taureau, hurle la foule, le taureau va et vient, et va encore sa grosse épaule de rire. Plein de fureur il court, le cirque est plein de sang. On se sauve, on franchit les grilles. C'est ton tour maintenant. Allons, en garde, allons, allons. Toreador, en garde. Toreador. Il songe en combattant. Connais-nous à Torregon. Et que l'amour t'attend. Toreador. L'amour t'attend. Your turn, here we go. Toreador. Toreador. And again. Yum, 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 yum. Et que l'amour t'attend, toreador. L'amour t'attend, toreador, toreador. L'amour t'attend. Olé! Keep that applause going with this wonderful band. Bombira. Wonderful stuff. Well done you, my little picadors, macadors, and macadors? I just made that up. And Dianadors. Lovely. Well, from a French composer to another French composer and lyricist, but this is set in France, in Paris. Troubled times. In my first show, I gave you my kind of a comedy moment from this particular show, a mask of comedy. Now we have a mask of tragedy. Of course, based on this epic novel by Victor Hugo, Les Misérables. Did I say that right? I said that right. That's okay. There's no baiser in that. That's good. Les Misérables. And we meet a different character, of course. This is Javert, he is the chief of police, a troubled character, even born in a jail, so the story goes. And he is hell-bent on tracking down the escaped convict, Jean Valjean, who was imprisoned wrongly, you may think, for merely stealing a loaf of bread. And in this quest to hunt him down, he invokes the stars. So this is a wonderful atmospheric song from Les Miserables, simply called Stars. There, out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from God, fallen from grace. God be my witness, I never shall yield till we come face to face. Till we come face to face. He knows his way in the dark, but mine is the way of the Lord. And those who follow the path of the righteous shall have their reward. And if you fall as Lucifer fell, the flame, the sword, multitudes, scarce to be counted, filling the darkness with order and light. You are the sentinels, silent and sure, keeping watch in the night, keeping watch in the night. You know your place in the skies. You hold your course and your aim, and each in your season returns and returns, and is always the same. And if you fall as Lucifer fell, you fall in flame. And so it has been, and so it is written on the doorway to paradise, that those who falter and those who fall must pay the price. Lord, let me find him, that I may see him safe behind the bars. I will never rest till then. This I swear by the stars. full of tears at this farewell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. I heard there is a wicked war a-raging, and the taste of a war I know so very well. Even now I see the foreign flag a-raising, their guns on fire as we sail into hell. I have no fear of death, it brings no sorrow, but how bitter will be this last farewell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. Though death and darkness gather all about me, and my ship be torn apart upon the sea, I shall smell again the fragrance of these islands, in the heaving waves that brought me once to thee. And should I return home safe again to England, I shall watch the English mist roll through the dell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. For you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the spoken word can tell. The last farewell. Thank you once again. A great song there from a good songwriter, a good guitarist, a good whistler, and a fellow beardy weirdy like me, and Roger Whittaker. Does that take you back a little bit? Apparently he hosted his own radio show, I assume on BBC Radio, and he set a competition for his listeners to send in lyrics and poems, and he chose the best one that would fit to some music. I forgot the name of the gentleman who had the winning lyric. All I know, I remember he was a silversmith. So it's his lyrics set to Roger Whittaker's music, The Last Farewell, and a big hit for Roger Whittaker, but a lot of people have covered it. Of course, I was showing you Howard Keel earlier on. He's covered it. And of course, the King, Elvis, he's done his version, and many others. But I think I still like Roger Whittaker's version. Well, it's his own music at the end of the day. And how apt, something with a maritime and nautical feel, especially on this beautiful vessel. But we're not going into war, are we? No, absolutely. Good. Unless you're in the laundrette. Anyway, but no, it's quite safe down there, isn't it? I hope, anyway. When I get off, I can't keep the peace. You know, that's how I go. Thanks, it's been a wonderful audience. It's been an absolute pleasure performing for you. And I am going to finish now. Hello. We've still got this theatrical haze going on. It's not a cigar, just in case you're wondering. As I said in my first show, I do like pop music. I like melodious things and you know, harmony and the rest of it. It's this is a wonderful tune, and I think its message is as relevant as today as it was a good few years back. This time it's the pens of Lionel Richie and the late great Michael Jackson. And great song. So enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'll see you around about maybe this evening, maybe for a cigar, maybe not. I don't think I don't need one now. And there's tomorrow, and then I think Marius and Harry and myself are walking the plank in Aqaba. Yes, 12:50 a.m. flights. That's nice. Enjoy, and we'll finish with We Are the World. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out and there seems no hope at all, if you just believe there's no way you can fall, just realize that a change will come when we stand together as one. Come on, stand on your feet. Can you stand? We are the world. Come on, let me shine. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Come on. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. Thanks again, ladies and gents. Have a rest now. Have a rest. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put those hands together for the incredible Anthony Stuart Lloyd. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep that round of applause going for Anthony Stuart Lloyd. Would you like one more?
Have we got time?
We've got plenty of time, Anthony.
Oh, we got
don't worry.
oceans. Why? Where are we tomorrow? Let's see. Oh, it's formal night. You can let your hair down. You can have a knees up. You don't get a rebate, by the way, sir. Please come back. You don't get money back for the songs you didn't hear. I'm doing a Howard Keel now. I always check this watch. We got a bit of time? You would like another one? Are you unanimous in that? Oh, my God. Let's get on with it, then, shall we? Well, I think Ross did mention... a few quick thank yous, of course, to I'm calling him Lorenzo de Ponte, on the on the sound, Lawrence, and Manny on the lighting. Bambira. And this wonderful band behind me here. Let's keep it going for them. Manga Guapo, Old Poggy. And to Ashley, the gorgeous assistant cruise director. She's always there with some water for me at the end of the show. I feel as if I'm on fire. She's trying to put me out. And to the wonderful Ross, our illustrious cruise director. Nice to work with him again. And he did mention a song that some of you will also come and ask me, and I'm always pulling your leg. Do you know this particular song? No, how does it go? But we will sing it for you. But leading up to it, many, many years ago, I used to be very small. I was very small once. I was a toddler, little baby. And my grandparents would babysit me, and I would be snuggled up in bed between them, and they would sing me a little lullaby. It went like this. Please feel free to join in. Sing lula 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 bye bye. Do you want the moon to play with, the stars to run away with? Well, it's not that song I'm going to sing, because you weren't joining in. Maybe you don't know it. It's before your time, but obviously it was of my time. And so that was the first little, if you like, and my mum would sing me lullabies. It's the song you first learn on your mother's knee, or a lullaby, and this is my grandparents singing this. So I learned it, and then maybe the next time they're babysitting me, I would sing it back to them. You know, I'd learned it, and I was going to sing lula lula. Oh, my voice hadn't broken then, so sing lula lula lula, all the rest of it. And then in no time at all, my grandparents were asleep, so I lullabied them to sleep. And a while ago, I was looking on YouTube for this song. It was called "My Curly-Headed Babby," a little spiritual, sleepy, what do you call it? Lullaby, yes. So, and who do I find singing it? The late, great Paul Robeson, of course. But he's famous for a lot of things. An activist, a great actor, great singer, great lower bass than me, I would think. But he's associated with a great musical. We had Rodgers and Hammerstein, Oscar Hammerstein II, at the beginning of the show. He also wrote the lyrics to this show. Clues in the word show. It's Showboat, and the great song with this wonderful guy, Paul Robeson. It's simply called Old Man River. There we go. Here we all work on the Mississippi. Here we all work while the white folks play, pulling them boats from the dawn till sunset, getting no rest till the judgment day. Don't look up and don't look down. You don't ask make the white boss frown. Bend your knees and bow your head and pull that rope until you're dead. Let me go away from the Mississippi, let me go away from the white man boss. Show me that stream called the River Jordan. That's the old stream that I long to cross. Old Man River, that old man River, he must know something, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. He don't plant taters. He don't plant cotton. And them that plants 'em is soon forgotten. But old man River, he just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, body all aching and racked with pain. Tote that barge and lift that bale. You get a little drunk and you land in jail. I get weary and sick of trying. I'm tired of living and scared of dying. But old man River, he just keeps rolling
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep that round of applause going for the sensational Anthony Stuart Lloyd. Come back, Anthony, take a proper bow. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Stuart Lloyd. Oh no, I've had a full evening tonight. Thank you, Anthony. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Stuart Lloyd, everybody. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Anthony. Well, I've got a silly question to ask. Did you all enjoy the show? Would you like to see some more? You're going to have to book another cruise, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to be back on again this cruise. However, if you have enjoyed that, then make sure that you join him with his compatriots he was just talking about there, Marius and Harry, tomorrow. And take a special look in your Herald for me tomorrow, because it's a special day tomorrow. We have an afternoon matinee concert for you at 4 o'clock, and that is from Marius on his cello. And then one show tomorrow night, and you may all sit there going, Ross, why is there only one show? What do I hear you ask? That's thanks, Anthony. Just Anthony at the back there. Why is there only one show, Ross? Okay, I can tell you it's because the next day is Petra, and the day where you can go to Petra. We have over 300 guests that are going on that tour. Anybody going to Petra in Jordan? Give us a wave, a round of applause if that's you. That's lots of you. It means a very early start. It's a very long day for you, and we're going to do, instead of Harry having two half-full audiences, we're going to have one nice big audience for him, and that'll be tomorrow night here in the Grand Salon. So that's Harry the piano in the evening and Marius for his afternoon concert. So even if you want an early night, you can still enjoy some fantastic live entertainment here in the Grand Salon tomorrow. However, we'll see you out and about around the ship, hopefully later on this evening. Of course, downstairs in the club with a quartet and a live band, joined by the beautiful Dia. Upstairs with our duo, that's Alison and Luke. And of course, on the piano, Gavin in our TK Grill. We'll see you a little later, but for now, let's give a round of applause for one final time to Anthony Stuart Lloyd.